All right, let's dive into a huge topic, global warming. You hear the term everywhere, right? But what's actually going on behind the headlines? We're going to break it all down, what it is, how it works, and why it's a really big deal for every single one of us. So let's get right into it.
Have you noticed it yourself? Does it just feel like the summers are getting hotter and longer? Or maybe you're seeing news about storms that seem way more intense than you remember. Well, you're not imagining it. These changes are real, and they're happening all over the world.
And that's really the main point here. This isn't some problem for way off in the future or for a country on the other side of the globe. Nope, it's a reality that's shaping our lives right here, right now.
Okay, so to really get a handle on what's happening to our planet, we've got to start with the fundamentals. Let's break down the science of it, nice and simple.
So what are we actually talking about? At its heart, global warming is just what it sounds like. The planet is slowly but surely heating up. It's this long-term rise in Earth's average temperature.
But why is the Earth heating up? What's actually causing it? Well, the answer starts with a natural process, something that's actually essential for life, but it's been thrown way out of balance.
It's all about something called the greenhouse effect. Now, I know it sounds like a bad thing, but it's actually natural. Think of our atmosphere as a giant, cozy blanket around the Earth. Certain gases in that blanket trap some of the sun's heat, which keeps our planet from being a frozen rock. So the blanket itself is good. The problem is, that blanket is getting thicker.
So here's the chain reaction that's messing with that natural balance. Step 1, our activities are pumping a whole bunch of extra heat-trapping gases into the air. Step 2, all those extra gases make our planet's blanket thicker, and a thicker blanket traps more heat. And step 3, you guessed it, the planet gets warmer.
So where are these extra gases coming from? Well, it mostly boils down to two main things. First, burning fossil fuels. Coal, oil, and gas for energy and transportation. And second, deforestation. Trees are like the planet's lungs. They literally breathe in carbon dioxide. When we chop them down, we lose a huge part of our planet's ability to keep things in balance.
Okay, so that covers the science of how this is happening. Now let's talk about the so what, the real-world consequences. This is where a number on a thermometer turns into things that impact all of our lives. The most obvious one, of course, is that temperatures are going up. And we're not just talking about slightly milder winters. We're talking about more frequent, more intense, and even dangerous heat waves in the summer. That puts a ton of stress on everything from our power grids to our health.
And when the planet gets warmer, what happens to ice? It melts. We're seeing it happen at a crazy pace with glaciers and the massive ice sheets in the Arctic and Antarctica. All that melted water has to go somewhere, and it's flowing right into our oceans. That means sea levels are rising, which is a huge threat to coastal cities all over the world.
A warmer atmosphere is like a supercharged engine for weather. It holds more energy and more moisture, and that's the perfect recipe for extremes. So yeah, that means more powerful hurricanes, crazy rainfall and flooding in some places, and at the same time, longer and more severe droughts in others.
And these impacts really hit on two fronts. On one side, you have nature, which is under incredible pressure. Habitats are shrinking, and amazing species from polar bears to the creatures in coral reefs are seriously at risk. But on the other side, this is about us, about people. Our health, our food supplies, and even the safety of our homes are on the line.
So look, if there's one thing to take away from all this, it's this. This isn't some forecast for the year 2100. It's not a prediction. From the wildfires to the floods, this is happening right now.
Okay, I know. It's easy to hear all this and feel pretty overwhelmed. But understanding the problem is the first and most critical step to finding the solution. So now, let's shift gears and talk about the path forward.
At the big picture level, real change has to be driven by governments and policies. We're talking about a major push to move away from fossil fuels and towards clean energy, like wind and solar. It also means putting smart rules in place to cut down emissions from big industries and transportation.
But you know what? It's not just about the big guys. Our daily choices, when you add them all up, make a huge difference. Simple things, like maybe riding your bike or taking the bus, trying to reduce waste, saving electricity at home, or even just eating more plant-based meals. It all adds up.
And this right here, this is the reason for hope. The science is clear, sure, but so are the solutions. We already have the technology and the know-how to build a cleaner world. It's not too late. Change is absolutely possible.
You know, when you boil it all down, it really comes to this one powerful idea. What the world looks like tomorrow is literally being decided by the actions we all take or don't take today.
So that's the final thought, really. A question for all of us. If our future really does depend on what we do today, what will we choose?